Countdown. Start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, establish connection. Oh, there we go. Now it's working.
Coming to you live from a top-secret quarantined subterranean vault, it's Streamin' the Steam with John Sprocket.
I used to travel the land, playing steam-powered songs with my band. But for the time it seems I've been quarantined, so now I'm just streaming the steam coming through your broadband.
Streamin' the Steam is broadcast to a live audience.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Hello. Thank you and hello. My name is John Sprocket, and this is Streaming the Steam. Today is Thursday, May 14th, and this is episode number 6. It's kind of hard to believe it's already been 2 months since the last show, where, I don't know, the world has really changed quickly, hasn't it? Hope you're all doing well and staying safe in quarantine, or whatever may be going on in your neck of the woods. And it's good to see so many people already joining. Hello to all of you. I've seen in the chat already we have people from Poland and from Canada, and where else do we have? From Wales, hello. Minnesota, oh wow, Wyoming, all over the place. We've got all over the U.S., all over the world, really. Anyway, thank you all for joining me on episode 6 of Streaming the Steam. Oh, and hello to you in Russia. This is a little show I've been doing every week since being quarantined. I am broadcasting live from my secret subterranean vault, where I'm just kind of slowly going mad. But that's all right. I'm here to have a little fun, play a little music, and talk with some of my fellow steampunk musicians. And we've got a real treat for you today because my friends Poison Garden are going to debut a brand new video tomorrow that has a collaboration with all sorts of steampunk musicians and artists all over the world, including myself. It was such a pleasure. We'll talk more about that in a little while. But first, let's play a little music. Now, you may be wondering why I've got headphones today. Well, the reason is I'm going to try something out. It's not a regular feature of this show, but it will be how I do my live stream concerts in the future. I've mentioned before, I do plan to eventually do a live stream full concert, and I want to have backing tracks and do the full production just like I would if I was coming to perform at a convention near you. So, the reason is, too, this song is one that you've been requesting for quite a while, and it's an electro swing song, and it's got so many electronic elements that I just don't think it would work solely acoustic, so I'm going to give it the full production and have the backing track and backing vocals along with it. And you know what? I need to make sure that I am in the right key. What did I do? You know, I heard something thump about a minute before we went live. That's what it was. All right, well, so today I'll be playing with backing tracks and giving you a little bit more oomph to the music. As I said, it's not a regular feature of Streaming the Steam. It will mostly be acoustic, but this is a taste of the kind of music that you should be hearing when I do a full concert. Anyway, there's a lot to do and a lot to cover today, so I should just get on with it. So, as I said, you've requested the song. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and here we go. This is Never Gonna Get Away.
In the park, looking in the shadows at the dark. We always hop from town to town while running from the law. Yeah. Tougher pair than Bonnie and Clyde, Jesse James or Mr. Hyde. Destruction that they leave behind is the worst you ever saw. Out in the next town over, a new sheriff's in town, and he's declared he's gonna take this deadly duo down. Oh yeah, you're never gonna get away. Once these two get started, boy, they're mighty hard to stop. Oh yeah, we'll live to see another day. If you wanna put a stop to Chuck E. Cheese, it's gonna take one mighty cop.
This is an urgent news bulletin. Tombstone Kim and her partner Bad Luck Chuck are in the area. They should be considered armed and extremely dangerous.
First time they came to town, nearly tore to the ground, knocking over banks and robbing everybody blind. Long as these two are on the loose, seems no one will cook their goose. Could it be they'll keep this up until the end of time? But in the next town over, a new sheriff's in town. He's declared he's gonna take this deadly duo down. Oh yeah, they're never gonna get away. Once these two get started, boy, they're mighty hard to stop. Oh yeah, they'll live to see another day. If you wanna put a stop to Chuck again,
It's gonna take more than a cop.
tough. This kind of man won't take no guff. Deputies were ready when the two of them walked in. Chuck and Kim were pretty quick, jumped behind a pile of bricks. They could tell that everything was looking pretty grim. Kim said, I think our finish is just around the bend. Chuck said, let's go out swinging right down through the end. Oh yeah, we're never gonna get away. Once these two get started, boy, they're mighty hard to stop. Oh yeah, we fought until the final day. That's the legend of Chuck and Kim and Showdown with the Cops.
Wow, that was fun. Oh yeah! At least it was fun for me. Hope you're all having fun as well. I don't know, it's hard to tell. I'm talking to you, but I'm just sitting here isolated by myself. So, you know, it's a weird, lonely existence right now. But thank you all for keeping me company. And thank you, Sammy D. I'm glad you do think the song is indeed a bop. It reminds me of the Buddy Holly story, if anyone saw that movie with Gary Busey. That's how he introduces his music. This song's for all the boppers. Those of you who bop. So that always makes me think of that. Very random. Very random. Well, I need to keep moving things along because I've got a lot going on in the show today. So I've been showing these videos and things that I've had the pleasure of working on, whether it's acting or voicing characters or animation or whatever. So here's one that was in movie theaters all across the United States in, 2017? It was when Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom came out. I starred in this parody film that my friends And You Films produced. It was a parody of Jurassic World, and I played Owen after the park closed, who was very depressed and eating quite a bit. And anyway, let's get on with this little video. Here's a comedic parody of Jurassic World called Jurassic Job Hunt. It's not about control.
Stand down.
It's a relationship based on respect.
Good.
It's an innate bond.
Owen! What are you doing? You know we've been shut down for months. You need to move on.
Get off the couch! Why don't you get an actual job?
If we do this my way.
Stand down. Stand down. Hey, Lou! I see you! Back up! Good. Good.
These animals are thinking, I gotta eat. I gotta hunt. I gotta...
This product relates to at least one of those things.
Hey! What did I just say? You just back up.
He is a highly intelligent animal. He will kill anything that moves.
Look, I don't know what he's talking about. I just want some damn fries.
Evacuate the restaurant.
That's terrible. You think one person's capable of that?
Depends.
On what?
What kind of food they cooked up in that kitchen. Hello?
Owen, the park is reopening.
That's great!
But for safety reasons, we can't have any dinosaurs.
So, what do you want from me?
Okay, folks, he's a little shy, so why don't you give him a hand when he comes out?
And there you have it, Jurassic Job Hunt. I've gotten to work on so many of these ridiculous parody videos over the years with Andu Films, and as I've mentioned before, I'm working on one right now, in fact, another socially distanced cinema video. In a few weeks, I will actually have them on as the special guest to talk about all of these things that we've worked on, because we've worked on a lot. I worked on a full-length movie with them, starting all the way back in the year 2003, and there's a lot to talk about. I'd love to introduce you all to the world of Andu Films. I've been slowly doing that with these stupid parodies. For now, let's move on to more music. So here's another song from the new album. In fact, every song I'm playing today is from the new album, because I'm very proud of this album, Songs of the People. Every single song on this album was written for a person, a fan, which is, of course, why it's called Songs of the People. And this one was written for someone who had the name Steakless. Not their real name, but it was the character name, because I said you could also submit a character name if you like. So anyway, this song was sort of a tribute to Mr. Jerry Reed. You may know him as a country music artist. He was in the movie Smokey and the Bandit, and I wanted to write a song in the style of a Jerry Reed song. So here we are. This is the story of Steakless. Oh, wait. I'm not sure if you can hear that. I've got to unmute. Let's try this one more time. You may have heard that. I don't know. I just don't want to play it without the backing track, because that's what I'm doing today. All right, here we go. In the woods of Tennessee lived a young boy named Nicholas Lee, but folks all called him Steakless, cause he made really good steaks. And on the day he became a man, built out to Texas and bought him some land, built himself a cattle ranch. That was one amazing place. He developed himself a special technique, make your mouth water, make your knees weak. Steak so good you'd slap your mama, but then she'd slap you back. He opened a steakhouse there in town. Pretty soon the word got around, and everybody said, Lord Almighty, this boy has got a knack. And if you can't find him, remember this one thing. Around these parts, if you want Steakless, he is called the king. All hail Steakless, king of Houston steaks. Just come on down to Texas and sample the goodness that he makes. And if you don't believe us, this boy's got what it takes. There's never been a heifer that tastes any better than the ones old Steakless makes. Well, it went on and business changed. Ain't too easy out on the range. Mom and pop stores shut their doors when big corporations came around. Next thing you knew, and without any warning, there were corporate steakhouses on every corner, driving all the local business right down into the ground. Steakless got mad, he clenched his fist, said, hey now, I won't stand for this. Ain't nobody gonna put my cattle ranch out of commission. Called out the company, said, let's make a deal. I challenge y'all to make a better meal, and the loser has to leave town for good after this competition. So they arranged to cook off a show of art and skill. But Steakless wasn't bluffing, he was ready for the kill. All hail Steakless, king of the Houston steaks. Just come on down to Texas and sample the goodness that he makes. And if you don't believe us, this boy's got what it takes. There's never been a heifer that tastes any better than the ones old Steakless makes. When Steakless walked up to the grill, there was fire in his eyes. He was confident he'd win this thing. He knew it was do or die. Them city boys, they laughed laughed at him, said, "No way you can win." Well, Steakless smiled, tipped his hat, and said, "Let the games begin." Yeehaw! Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nathaniel Johnstone on violin. And banjo. He's a talented man. When it was over, as you probably guessed, seemed the issue been put to rest. Them corporate steaks was pretty good, but they just could not compete. Whether baked or broiled or grilled or fried, I tell you there's not a man alive who even had a chance of topping the magic of that meat. The companies tried, they had their chance. Looked like Steakless was keeping his ranch. And corporate suit said, "Well, looks like you got lucky today." Steakless said, "Boy, that ain't luck, it's skill. Nobody's gonna beat me on my grill. But y'all are welcome to come on back next time you're in the mood to play." So next time you're in Texas and you're hungry for the best, make sure you come and get the only steak that stood the test. All hail Steakless, king of the Houston steaks. Just come on down to Texas and sample the goodness that he makes. And if you don't believe us, this boy's got what it takes. There's never been a heifer that tastes any better than the ones on steaks. Say it again! All hail Steakless, king of the Houston steaks. That's right. Just come on down to Texas and sample the goodness that he makes. And if you don't believe us, this boy's got what it takes. There's never been a heifer that tastes any better than the ones on steaks makes. Well, thank you very much. So, what time is it? Oh my goodness. We've got to get moving right along. It is, I've crammed way too much into today's show. This is supposed to be a 30-minute show, and it always ends up going over. I don't really mind, but some of you, it's getting a little late. It's a little past your bedtime. All right, well, the time has come for this week's out-of-character interview, and I'm very happy to have these next guests on. We actually met for the first time just 2 months ago when we did the show, and it's crazy that it's already been 2 months because it feels a lot longer than that. Quarantine has been dragging out the time. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this week's out-of-character interview with Poison Garden. Well, joining me today on the out-of-character interview are an Italian steampunk band. I believe they are Italy's first steampunk band. I had the pleasure of meeting them 2 months ago in Tucson, Arizona, at the last show we got to do before all the concerts were canceled and we were all quarantined. So it is a pleasure and a privilege to welcome to Streaming the Steam from the band Poison Garden, Anais and Paolo. Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Hi, John. How are you? How's it going?
I'm good. How are you doing?
We're fine. We're dealing with this weird quarantine, but we're still fine.
Yeah, well, it's good to see you, and I'm glad you're doing really well. I know it was really crazy right before you had to fly back from Tucson when we did the show. Nobody was really sure what was happening because that was right around the time that Italy went completely on lockdown, and you, I guess, just managed to get back in time before everything was shut down.
Yes, we just managed. We were on the razor's edge because we were inside the aircraft when we heard the news that Italy was locked down. We managed to have this information from our relatives here in Italy, and they told us that Italy was going really locked down, and we were inside the aircraft and we were like, oh my God, what will we do when we arrive, when we land in Rome? Then we landed, and we had to sign a certification in order to get back home, because otherwise, if you don't sign this paper, if the police stops you, they will give you a fine. So it was weird. We came back and we had to sign all these papers, and we were like, oh my God, what's happening in this world?
Wow. Well, I'm really glad you made it back on time and safely, and I'm glad you're doing really well even now. Why don't you introduce the audience to Poison Garden and talk a little bit about what your music is like and what you do?
Well, we are, as you explained before, we're the first Italian steampunk band, and we play kind of a rock steampunk music. Our upcoming album will be called Army of Dreamers and will be out in the following months. It depends on when this weird period will end.
Right.
And it's an album about fighting for your own dreams. That's the main concept which is included in the album. And Paolo, do you want to add something else?
Well, yeah, we're a rock-based band in Italy. We have played around Italy, Europe, and now, thankfully, also in the US. That was a fantastic experience, actually. We were very, very lucky to come back to Italy, arriving with just the last flight available. So it was a bit of an adventure, but in the end, we made it, and we hope to play very, very soon again around the world.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I hope you get to come back over here again. And it was such a great privilege getting to perform with you on your trip over here. It was really nice getting to meet you. I really enjoyed the show, and I enjoy your sound. It sounds like you are influenced by different things, like obviously rock and some metal influences. And there's a little bit of orchestral symphonic elements in there as well. It's a really nice sound. I enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Add some orchestra elements in our music. Yeah, I'm glad that you noticed that.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of orchestral elements in music. So I guess I'll mention that we recently got to collaborate on a song together, a song that Poison Garden wrote and collaborated with various steampunk musicians from around the world, including myself, and I know Robert from Abney Park and some others, but you obviously know a lot more about it, so why don't you talk about this song?
Well, during this weird period of quarantine, we imagined that it could be good to make a song all together and to show some kind of a community, so a sense of community. So we decided to call some guests to realize the song with us. And we wrote this song with thinking about a sense of humanity and community. And it was really, really nice to collaborate with all those artists all around the world, because for me, it was the first time I had the opportunity to work with so many artists on the same song. So many artists located in so many different nations, working all together for one aim, and it was really, really cool. And since this is a very difficult moment for all of us, we thought that it could be nice to devolve all the earnings from this song to the International Red Cross, so to make some charity. This is the main aim of this song, and it will be out in the following days, in the middle of May. Paolo, do you want to add something about our song?
It is a very ambitious project, and we're very proud to be starting this collaboration between artists and musicians around the globe. And I think it turned out really, really good, both the music and video. So hopefully you'll see very, very soon on medias and YouTube and whatnot.
Awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing it and hearing the finished song. It was really a pleasure getting to be involved in it, and really nice as well knowing that the profits from the song will be donated to help with coronavirus relief. So absolutely a pleasure to be a part of that. Do you have anything else you want to mention as far as ways that fans and people can support you? Because obviously, just like all other musicians, right now, you're just stuck at home. There are no concerts. So how can people help to support you financially right now?
Basically, it would be very cool if people could support us, for example, by buying our merch. We do have a merch website, which is called www.darkmerch.com/poisongarden. There you can find all our merchandise. You can find our previous album, our mugs, iPad cases, for example, necklaces, and everything which is related to our merchandise. And I would ask to the people that are following your show if they can maybe give us a feedback about the idea of doing a live stream concert, because we were wondering about doing this since it's not possible to tour in this moment, and we were thinking why not? But we need to know, we need to have kind of a feedback. So if anyone of you guys watching this show would like to send us a feedback on our Instagram page or Facebook page or any other social media, it would be cool for us to see if there is someone over there wanting to see a live stream concert of Poison Garden.
I think it would be a great idea. I'm planning to do a live stream concert too, and a lot of others. I know Abney Park did one recently that was very successful. So it seems like the best way to connect to an audience and still perform right now.
Yes. And we are curious to know if our fans would appreciate that.
Thank you so much for joining me. It's so good to see you again, Anais and Paolo. And sorry Damiano couldn't make it today, but I'm glad to know that he's doing well and that you're all healthy and staying safe during this crazy time. And hopefully we will get to see each other again in person before too long. But until then, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. I look forward to seeing the song. I'll be sure to share it with everyone and post all the links to your things. So thank you so much, Poison Garden, for joining me on Streaming the Steam.
Thank you, John, for having hosted us. And I take the occasion to thank all the artists that have collaborated in our project. So you, first of all, and all the other international artists that have accepted. Let's hope we can play together soon. Maybe one day we will be on stage and we will be performing our song on stage.
That would be great. I hope that gets to happen sometime soon.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Cool. All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
You too. So yes, big thank you to Poison Garden for joining me on the interview today. And I wholeheartedly agree. I think they should do a live streaming concert. I think everyone who is a musician should be doing a live streaming concert right now. But as they said, go on their Facebook page or their Instagram account and give them feedback. Let them know if you would like to see Poison Garden do a live stream concert. Because I, for one, think it would be absolutely wonderful. They are absolutely amazing live. They honestly, they really rock. Check out their music as well. You can find their album on Spotify and various other places. I'm just gearing up for another song. But as was mentioned in this video, they have a brand new music video coming out tomorrow. And I am so excited about it. I had the pleasure and privilege of being a part of it and lending some vocals and appearing in the video. This was a collaboration literally with artists and musicians worldwide. Obviously, as Poison Garden mentioned, well, they're in it. They wrote it. I got to be in it. We've got Robert from Abney Park. We've got Brian from the Dresden Dolls, Talus Forge, Thomas Williford, Tobias McCurry, Feline and Strange, Frenchy the Punk, Marquise of Vaudeville, members of just all sorts of groups. I can't even remember all of them, but it has so many amazing people who took part in this video. And as they said, all of the money that is earned from the sales of this song will be going to the Red Cross and helping with coronavirus relief. So, without further ado, here is the teaser for the song that will be premiering tomorrow on Poison Garden's YouTube channel. This is the teaser for Divided We Stand. So, that will be out tomorrow, May 15th. Check it out on Poison Garden's YouTube channel. Well, I think we're getting close to the end of the show. It is 4:30 now. But I've got one more song, and I'm going to play it. Before I go, I do want to mention, as always, right now, all artists are in need of support, and it's part of the reason why this show is happening, because I can't come out and perform live shows for you, so I'm doing things over the internet. If you would like to offer support, it would be so much appreciated, so that this studio can keep going, so the music can keep happening, and I can keep working on all of these things for you people. If you would like to help, obviously, you may leave a tip at cogisdead.com/tips. If you do that, you just go to the site and leave a tip. $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, whatever feels appropriate to you, whatever you're able to give. Any little tip helps, I'm a musician. I'm used to working for tips. It's very helpful, especially now. Along with that, there are so many other things you can do. For instance, you can become a patron on Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/thecogisdead, for as little as $1 a month, your support will get you early access to every new Cog is Dead song that is posted on YouTube. Before it goes publicly on YouTube, it'll be on Patreon. So, such as the last video that was posted yesterday, the cover of David Bowie's Space Oddity, which I did acoustically, that was on Patreon before it was on YouTube. So anyway, if you want early access, you can get that. And there are several other tiers where you can get things like guitar tutorial videos and all sorts of things. So Patreon is a wonderful way to show support and help keep the lights on here in the studio. Along with that, merchandise is a wonderful, wonderful way to show support. teespring.com/stores/thecogisdead. If you go there, you can get all sorts of things. Plenty of Cog is Dead shirts. I just got this in the mail the other day. Brand new Streaming the Steam t-shirts are now available, so if you would like to wear the logo of this fine show, I hope it's fine enough, I don't know, I'm the one doing it. I can't really judge, but if you would like to support the show, you may get t-shirts and, of course, coffee mugs and lots of other things. And, of course, lots of Cog is Dead stuff as well. There's so many things available. Let me pull up this picture right here. We've got merchandising, t-shirts. We got the backpacks. We got the flamethrower. No, we don't have that. But we got socks. Do I have the socks? I've got socks. Yes. Cog is Dead socks. Sorry. Got to keep plugging the merch. All right. Anyway, please, if you can, offer support just to help in this time where there are no concerts. It's greatly appreciated. Well, now it's time to move on. Got one more song. Unfortunately, we don't have Frederick involved today. For those of you who don't know, this is Frederick the kazoo. He's not really needed today in the music, but he's standing by dutifully. Maybe next week. For now, I'm going to end with a song that was the very last song written for Songs of the People. It was one that was sort of inspired by a lot of things, but mostly by depression. And it's not a negative song, but I know a lot of people personally who have depression, whether they're dealing with certain things, like the situation now, but also those who have a clinical disorder, perhaps. And for people who deal with clinical depression, it is not something you can just turn on or off. You can't really control that. And basically the point of this song is saying that it's okay to have bad days. It's okay to have times where you can't go out and socialize, and it's all right to spend time by yourself. And you shouldn't force someone if they're really not feeling up to going out and socializing. You shouldn't try to make them feel bad for needing to just take time and be an introvert and things like that. So anyway, this song is basically dedicated to anyone who deals with that, and it's called The Boy Beneath. Another sip of water to fuel the steam. All right, and away we go. Well, once I pull up the backing track. Doing all these things with backing tracks today. All right, here we go. Just juggling things around with my hands. You can't really see.
Many miles underneath the city, in a cave so dark and gritty, you can find a boy who's hiding from the sunshine. He was mocked and was mistreated, so the lonely boy retreated down into a place where he could spend all his time. For fortress of solitude. Cold was his attitude, only wanting to be left alone. Thoughts of humanity felt like insanity when compared with his peaceful home. But in his heart he knew this life would never do, never stepping out into the light. All we can do for him, offer encouragement, say it's alright. Three's ray of Cerise, the sun is still shining, come outside and see. The darkness is brightening, even though the world is cruel, there's still a place for decent ones like you. There are others like us too. So the boy beneath came forward. He was nervous and was unsure. After all, the world had treated him unkindly. Were they really caring people? Or were all their words deceitful? He just didn't know if he could trust them blindly. Still he was longing for life with a little more. Everyone needs a human touch. When we promise you, still need warm affection just as much. Graham, we promise you, if you just come on through, you can still return here anytime. And with a leap of faith, this boy then made his way into the light. Please, ray of Cerise, the sun is still shining, come outside and see. The darkness is brightening, even though the world is cruel, there's still a place for decent ones like you. There are others like us too. Still shining, come outside and see. The darkness is brightening, even though the world is cruel, there's still a place for decent ones like you. There are others like us too.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been such a pleasure, and it's been really fun playing with these backing tracks. I lost track there and missed a lyric, but that happens sometimes when it's a newer song. But it was really fun doing this with backing tracks. And like I said, when I do my live stream concert, the whole thing will have the tracks and the guitar and maybe a few little videos and things. Who knows? It's going to be a full-on experience. I don't have a date set yet because I'm still working on getting it together. But I will let you all know, and hopefully you will really enjoy it. It will be a ticketed show, but I will keep the ticket prices very low. And again, it's just a way to help keep things going and bring the music to you. Anyone, thank you all so very much. If you have any requests, feel free to leave them in the video chat or leave them in the comments if you are watching the video after it's been live. And anyway, yeah, I guess that's it for the show for today. Thank you all so much for joining me on Streaming the Steam. My name is John Sprocket. I want to thank my guest Poison Garden for being on the show today. And of course, next week, join me once again where I will be back live with an interview with This Way to the Egress, another fantastic band. All right, well, that's about it. This has taken it out of me. I need to go and take a break. So, thank you. Until next week, have a great time, and good night, everybody.